Hello and thanks for staying with us. The Controller General of Nigerian Customs Service speaks on customs matters with members of the National Assembly in Abuja. Also on customs support, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria also speaks on the Deep Blue reports as projects as approved by management of NIMASA, plus more report on seizures from the border drill in Kwara State. I am Egiseme Idie. Stay tuned. The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, has said that the maritime infrastructure named Deep Blue Project will further wage war against piracy on our waters. Said further that the project will further enhance the maritime sector in the country. He speaks more on the project.
This project has been initiated to bolster the maritime security architecture and ensure greater enforcement action within Nigerian waters and beyond. This assemblage of new maritime security assets is coming at a critical time when global discussions are centered on piracy activities and the new dimension it has taken in the Gulf of Guinea region. With the world's waters accounting for over 80% of transportation requirements of the global economy, concerted efforts and innovative actions are required to address attendant security challenges. Therefore, the flag off of the Deep Blue project marks an important milestone in this regard and in our collective efforts to tackle security challenges in the form of piracy and maritime crimes in Nigeria and the Gulf of Guinea. It is also a demonstration of government's strong commitment to ensuring security. This intervention, no doubt, will facilitate a conducive environment for the maritime sector to thrive and contribute to the diversification of the Nigerian economy. The Deep Blue project is a critical step towards the realization of maritime security in the region, which underscores Nigeria's commitment in providing the necessary framework and resources in cooperation with other nations and maritime users. This is evident in the recently established Gulf of Guinea Maritime Collaboration Framework by Nigeria and the Inter-Regional Coordination Center Yaoundé through the facilitation of NIMASA Industry Joint Working Group to tackle maritime security in the region. This forum is to help galvanize regional and international efforts to ensure security in the Gulf of Guinea. Its main focus is counter-piracy and armed robbery prevention by bringing together regional, international, industry, and the NGO partners to advance and coordinate near-term maritime activities with a view to working towards a set of common operational objectives off the coast of West and Central Africa. I therefore commend this initiative and use this opportunity to call on member states and other stakeholders to join and work collectively in pursuit of this common objective and, most importantly, keeping our seafarers safe. I am confident that the project, which provides a robust maritime security architecture, will enhance maritime domain awareness capability and improve law enforcement action, particularly in the prosecution of suspects under the Suppression of Piracy and Other Maritime Offences Act, which I signed into law in June 2019. In this regard, I have been informed that since the coming into force of the law, 10 convictions have been secured for various offences under the Act. This flag off is an important step in the continuing shift in strategic action about regional maritime security. It will serve as a benchmark for member states in the Gulf of Guinea and other relevant stakeholders to further develop innovative strategies and align efforts with the subsystem framework to improve maritime security in the region.
The Controller General of Nigerian Customs Service has been speaking on custom matters with members of the National Assembly in Abuja. He speaks more on customs-related issues with members of the National Assembly.
First and foremost, on the issue of vehicles being accosted, so I must have enlightened that we have three layers of making sure that our laws are enforced. We have at the port the area controllers and their team. We have the FOU, Federal Operation Unit, and also we have the strike force. And because of the discretion and sometimes the indiscretion of our officers, where compromise is being made between the importers and our officers, we have to put other layers to check these things. And that is why you sometimes find out, let me say this, that there are cloned custom documents going about. Agents will connive with our officers. When you pay as an importer, you give him the correct duty, he will calculate the correct amount of the duty you're supposed to pay with all charges. He gives you, and you give him the money. He will go and connive with a custom officer and reduce this thing. And then they clone the paper, and you take the vehicle out. For the FOU chap, as far as he's concerned, that paper you presented did not meet the requisite requirement. That happens sometimes to innocent importers. There are also importers who connive directly with the agents and reduce the duty. And then expect that paper, when it's out, that is done. It's not like Bible and Quran, no. It's subject to checking. And if we discover that the value of the car that you are riding is not commensurate with the duty you pay, then you question. And let me also say, the issue of saying you buy a car for 180,000 naira or also euro. Cost duty of car is not only the value of the car you bought the car. There's cost of the vehicle, there's insurance, there's freight. All these are calculated to what you pay as duty. So sometimes we need to ask questions before we begin to fight the system. If they give you an amount, ask the customs officer, what is the composition of this amount? What are the soft-hits that makes up this total? He will explain to you. It's not only because you bought a car for 130 euro, and therefore you will come and just look at the cost of the car and then that. No, there's insurance, there's freight. All those are calculated and added to the value based on the cost. So you pay. That's what the law says. So it's not that So let us ask questions. I'm sure our officers will be able to explain some of these things. And that's why the issue of underpayment do arise. Because if you compromise, or your agent compromise, in most cases agent, now we have taken the steps in custom to prosecute agents, because we have discovered that agents are cheating importers. They know the correct charges. They will calculate everything and give it to you, and you give them the money. They will go and take that money, and then if you say your car is 2018 or 2019, they will go and reduce that car to 2009, and then say it's accidental. And they know that the value will drop. And they will pay that. And when you bring that car out, and an FOU officer sees you with that car, and you present that document, he looks at the car, it does not meet that description. And therefore you are liable to pay another money. So this is what is happening. This is what is happening. And we are doing the best we can, but always ask the question. And that's why we're trying to automate the system. By e-custom, you can sit in your house. You want to import Mercedes 250E. You will see the freight, you will see what is the insurance on it, what is the freight on it. You calculate your duty. You can pay online without talking to anybody. Then you can ask an agent to go and collect it for you. It makes it easier. We are trying to automate the system. And once that is automated, this discretion will remove completely. And therefore, agents will not, but today, agents are one of our biggest problems. Because they give you a different listing, and they go and do a different thing. And they give you, when they collect the paper, you don't even know which one is genuine, which one is not genuine. As far as we are concerned, you have a genuine custom paper. But by the time the officer looks at it and says it's not genuine, the quarrel will start. How come, is it not from custom that it comes? It might not be from custom. It might not be from custom.
You are watching the program Customs Report. The Acting Controller General of Nigerian Customs Service, in charge of headquarters in Abuja, has said that the customs will continue to improve on revenue generation in the country. He speaks more on the function of his office.
To Nigerians, for example, if you take the air wing unit of the service, we have a number of aircraft, such as helicopters, that we do aerial patrol and gather intelligence around the country. 2, the anti-money laundering unit, you find members of that unit or officers of that unit deployed to all international airports and major entry and exit points. The main function of that unit is to monitor, register currencies going in and out, and render such reports on weekly basis to the office of the ACG headquarters. The printing unit, the unit is responsible for printing of all our files, documents, and any other publication of the service, such as files like this. This is equally a product of the printing unit, and with this, the service was able to save a lot of money. Imagine we are giving this thing out as contract to other printing press to print for us. We'll have to pay a lot of money. But we are doing this in-house, and it's equally assisting the service. Then the public relations unit. This unit is responsible for managing our information and other public relations issues between the service, the other medias outside. And under that unit, we have Nigerian Customs Broadcasting Network. We have a television station, we have radio station, and they are all digital. You can tune to the radio on the net. You can equally get it on FM. Then the television, you see most of our activities. This one is being coordinated by the PR unit. Then the anti-corruption unit are equally divided into two sections, the north and south. Their function is to look at behaviors of officers, stakeholders, and they equally render reports of their activities to this office for onward transmission to the Office of the Controller General and the management. Then this office also handles assignments that can be given from time to time by the Controller General. So in essence, is just in charge of the administration of the Office of the Controller General.
Yes, the other issue, going down to the issue of revenue, we are aware that this year alone.
Yes, from January to end of May 2021, the service was able to generate over 809 billion, which if you compare to the same period last year, you will see that there is a great achievement. So hopefully if this trend will continue to the end of the year, the Nigerian Customs Service will be able to achieve the set target by the government.
The coordinator in charge of border drill based in Kwara State has said that goods worth millions of naira was intercepted by members of his men along the unapproved routes in the region. He urged importers to clear their consignment through the approved route. He warned importers against smuggling drugs and other items through the unapproved route into the country.
Indeed, a great pleasure to welcome you to Joint Border Patrol Team, Sector 3, Headquarters, Ilorin, Kwara State, for a periodical press conference in order to showcase our activities from 1st of April to date, that is 2nd June 2021. It is a notorious fact that smuggling activities, as you all know, is a worldwide phenomenon, and Nigeria cannot be in isolation. All over the world, security agencies can only rely and try to suppress, but cannot totally eradicate smuggling in the society. The suppression of these criminal activities are achieved with greater support from members of the public and patriotic citizens of the media. It has been a difficult time for the nation, but in the midst of this, there are some unscrupulous elements who are still trying to derail the effort of the sector in meeting up to its statutory responsibilities, and we have been dealing with them decisively. Notwithstanding the aforementioned, it is my pleasure to inform you that we have not lost sight of the very important function of the fight against smuggling, human trafficking, compliance to ECOWAS trade agreement by the neighboring countries. We have sharpened our intelligence, re-strategized, and draw a more robust area of responsibility to help combat these illicit activities. In line with the Custom and Excise Management Act, Cap C-45, Law of Federation of Nigeria, 2004 as amended, which guides the operation of the team, we have conducted our duties with professionalism and efficiency. For example, the power of police officer, which is in section 8 of the Customs Excise Management Act. Power of forfeiture in section 46. That is, items confirmed smuggled into the country, seized and forfeit to federal government of Nigeria. Powers to search vehicle. If you don't have the power, you can't do. All these things we are seeing here is because the law has permitted it. That one is section 149. Powers to search persons, which is under section 150 of this semi. And powers to patrol freely anywhere within the country, which is under section 158, and so on and so forth. The sector has made appreciable progress in its anti-smuggling activities by recording a total of 35 seizures of various prohibited items within the period under review, with a total duty paid value of 28,203,700 naira. The items include 637 bags of 50 kg of foreign parboiled rice, classifiable under HS code of 1006. 795 kegs of 25 liters of premium motor spirit, that is petroleum, that you've gone to see over there, classifiable under HS code 2710. We have 15 units of Nigerian used vehicles, classifiable in our common external tariff under chapter 8703. We have 14 cartons of condensed milk, classifiable under chapter 0402. We have 4 cartons of batteries on HS code 8513. 14 tin tomato paste, HS code 2002. 3 bags of sugar, as I mentioned earlier on HS code 1701. It is also important to note that the successes recorded in our operations in this sector could be only attributed to the good motivation from Nigerian Customs Service Management, Office of National Security Advisor, and other sister agencies, which has boosted the morale of officers and kept them in high spirit at all times. Despite the series of attacks by the daredevil smugglers, hoodlums during our course of duty, the sector will not be distracted from executing its mandate.
Just before round up this week edition of the program Customs Report, we brought you a report where seizures worth millions of naira was seized by border drill based in Kwara State. For me, Egeseme Edine, thanks for watching.